feel like I could be in like the music video for like Easier or something. Like 5 Seconds of Summer Easier. You know? Like water and blue eyeshadow and I'm in a cave, and that's a rubbish description of the 5 Seconds of Summer music video. What are we talking about? Should probably know this before I start recording. Hello. This is Willow vs Allergy, and today we will be talking fast food. You know, when I was a kid I used to think fast food meant that they like literally went... I don't know why. Obviously, like, it's food that's quick to make and easy to make, but for some reason I used to think that the staff would run around like, gotta go fast around the kitchen. So for this category I selected Burger King as my UK situation. Now my first attempt at going to Burger King didn't really work out. So I walked from school to my local shopping centre in the rain and tried to film a vlog clip. I'll insert this here. Hello gang, I just got out of school. It is raining like hell. I got caught in the rain, but we're going to Burger King because, you know, we've still got to do the work even though it's raining. So I'm on my own today because, like, nobody can make it. So I think what I'm gonna do is talk to the manager today, see how I could do at Burger King, then come back another day when I'm with someone. Oh god, it's raining. This is an awful fog clip. But anyway, this is what's happening. We move. And I didn't have any allergy crew with me because my parents were at work and I was meant to be going with a group of friends, but then it all kind of fell through because people had different things, but I still needed to get it done, so I went by myself. I got to the establishment. I started walking to the establishment and then freaked out, had a panic, just got really anxious, went and sat in Waterstones and calmed myself down with some books. Anne of Green Gables all the way. One of the reasons why I freaked out is because I didn't have anyone around me whilst I was there. There was no allergy crew. Now, one of the reasons that I felt comfortable enough to create this product and create this vlog for my EPQ to empower all these people to empower the people watching, I knew that when I went to these restaurants I would have people around me, and I know my mum was on the end of a text message and I was texting her whilst this happened, but it freaked me out that I was going to a new place and I didn't have anyone with me, which meant that my comfortability rating would have been like, which is not good. If you don't feel comfortable somewhere that you're eating, then you shouldn't be eating there. That's not fair on you, and you could be at risk, you know, which is just it's not a good thing. We don't appreciate. So that kind of ended with me texting my mum saying I don't feel comfortable. I went and got some fries from McDonald's to drown my sorrows. I didn't drown my sorrows, I didn't like cry or anything, but I just felt a bit like, got picked up, went home. It was a very uneventful afternoon. So yeah, first take of Burger King didn't go as well as we'd hoped. After I got back from Burger King, I started doing a bit more research just so I could get a better idea of how it kind of differed to other like fast food chains I'd experienced, the other fast food chain being McDonald's. And I looked up their allergen information, which took me a while. I did quite some digging through their website. That's an opportunity for Burger King. If you could make your nutritional and allergen information a bit easier to find, that would be really helpful. Now, when I looked at that nutrition table, it also said that Burger King worked on an open kitchen system, so there was a higher risk of cross-contamination. Now, that brought up a problem for me because obviously if it's an open kitchen there's going to be more chance of cross-contamination because things are going to different places, lots of stuff is going in the same fryer, and it could be changing day to day. We don't know how that kitchen works. Now, I've decided, because tomorrow I'm at my local shopping centre because I have work, that I'm going to go and check out Burger King. I'm not going to order anything because I personally don't feel comfortable, and we've ruled it out just because of the open kitchen, the severity of my allergies, and then the cross-contamination situation. But I'm going to have a look at the open kitchen and then I will report back to you tomorrow, which I will insert here. Went to Burger King. It was a very busy Christmas shopping day. They had half the kitchen open and I could see that there was a risk of cross-contamination. The manager was busy so I couldn't talk to them, so I decided to go to McDonald's. I also walked outside for some reason, that was really stupid. Went to McDonald's, that is the end of the Burger King adventure. Okay, bye. Okay, now we are on to the Disney portion of the video, but it's not technically Disney because this is an independent chain that is in Disney Springs. So Cooks of Dublin is an independent fast food restaurant that's connected to the Raglan Road Bar, which is like a bar and restaurant Irish pub type thing that they have in Disney Springs, which is the Walt Disney World shopping complex. So it's overseen by Disney, it's run by Disney, you get Disney customer service, but then there's exterior businesses that come in, rent places, and then sell to you, because that's how a shopping centre works. There are not many places that I can eat in Disney Springs just because of the fact that it's not a Disney owned restaurant, but Cooks of Dublin we tried for the first time this time round on holiday and it was really good. I was so surprised, and it's opened up an entirely new realm of holiday for me. So we found out about Cooks of Dublin through a blog, which is a Walt Disney World dairy and gluten free blog. She's amazing. I can't remember her name now, but she is lovely and I will make sure to link her down below. And a few years ago we found this post of Cooks of Dublin and she had an amazing review of it, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to try that, but I don't want to try that right now. So we got into a few years of going, don't want to try that right now, or we're too busy to try that now. This year we had the EPQ, so we had to try it now. No cutting corners, we had to do it. So the Allergy crew and I went off to Cooks of Dublin and here's how we got on. Right, at Cooks of Dublin, we walked in, they were like, you have allergies? Fine, we can sort it. Immediately answered all my questions.
No, it was yellow.
Everything is fine except some onion rings. But I can get gluten-free onion rings because they're cooked in a different fryer. They knew exactly what they were talking about. It was very impressive.
Really?
I'm now talking to Jonathan instead of the camera. It was great. Anyone else got initial reactions?
It's really fantastic. They just treated it as normal.
They did.
Which is so lovely.
I don't normally get that in a fish and chip shop.
What is your issue? You know,
Yeah.
of course, and they said we tried to be as inclusive as we can, and the fact that the onion rings, they weren't just gluten free, they were everything free, and they could be done in a separate fry. They were just informing us that it would be a gluten free mix as well,
Yeah.
which can sometimes taste a little bit different. But just amazing. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We've also heard that Raglan Road, the restaurant is really good, but I was a little bit nervous to try it, and I understand why, but that's opened up a lot that we could try that. And at Raglan Road, if you get it wrong, we know we can just come out and sit by the bar and have a take of it. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you very much.
I like the fact that there's wine.
There is wine. There's wine. Dad is just stunned, bless him.
I am truly stunned and over the moon that you can come and have fish and chips, something that we can't achieve in Britain.
Yeah.
And also,
So that's even better.
if you come, like I was saying to Jonathan, if you come with friends, you're at uni, you save up, you do money, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
I wonder who the other now is.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So if it wasn't obvious, the only reason I have to carry it a little bit separately is because somebody decided to grab an Incredible.
Ah,
Me.
that's
So
me.
you can blame her for that.
Oh, is the
Ketchup
ketchup?
safe.
Okay, thank you.
You asked for no tartar sauce out of right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it is safe.
Okay, thank you.
Package.
Look at that. Oh my god. Okay. Right, we've finished. Don't know if you can hear me because I'm going to hold it here because... No, you can keep talking, it's just the sound, it's the music. How comfortable I felt. I'm going to give that a 10 because they knew exactly what they were talking about. I walked in all very like, I'm kind of nervous, can I ask you some questions? They were like, yeah. Lots of people with allergies come in. It was great. How safe I felt. That was also a 10 because everyone knew the answers to my questions, no matter who they were. Cleanliness. Did we have any problems around?
I thought it was fabulous. The guy that was dedicated.
Yeah.
Been really on it.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
the chairs, the table,
Yeah.
everything.
In case that couldn't be heard, there is a guy dedicated to cleaning, and like everything is very clean. So we're gonna give that a 10 as well.
Jonathan was going to give it a 10.
Were you gonna give it? You're not gonna give it a 10.
My chair had slightly sticky, I think.
Oh, okay. Jonathan's chair had something sticky, probably beer on it. So maybe we'll give it a 9.5.
Probably higher.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
But seriously, the guy...
Seriously though, everyone is very on it
Can't
here.
fault him. And the
You
other
really can't
thing
fault
is,
anyone, like
because
especially that guy.
There's very little onion rings, and there's only got onion rings and a bit of cheese. But kind of this place is very safe to use. So
Yeah.
a bit of stickiness on the chair, you
Yeah.
can wash that off and feel
Yeah,
comfortable.
because we could deal with sticking to the chair, like, because there's only like a tiny bit of cheese and onion rings, and everything's made fresh to order, so they can do everything without a problem. It's very good. Like, cohesion, it came out exactly the same as everyone else's. They were like, do you want tartar sauce? Because you can have it. I decided not to have it, but I could still have it, so it could have been exactly the same as Dad's.
Yeah,
You wouldn't know. The only difference was that they carried it in a separate hand because Mum decided that she would have some cheese. Taste, it was a 10 for my first ever fish and chip shop. 10, and it gets an empty plate award. Allergy Crew, what are your thoughts?
Dublin, thank you so much. It's seriously amazing. Really, really good food. Really reassuring, really chilled stuff, as you would expect in an Irish job, but really
I might-
a definite come-to place. Not just because it's safe, but it tastes good, it feels really good, it's a really good place to be. I definitely now want to venture into that line because I've heard that the owner of the chain is really big and supportive of allergies, so thank you everybody. It's fantastic.
Okay. Anyone else want to say anything?
it tasted like proper fish and chips, and I was so impressed with the way they understood what you needed for the allergies, and the cleanliness I can't fault, because I didn't have any arms on my chair, so they weren't sticky.
Jonathan, would you like to add anything?
Chicken was good too.
What are the Allergy Crew scoring in?
Well, I think myself, I'm like a 10 plus.
Okay.
For me, it's really
I'll
good.
give it a 10.
Everyone's giving it a 10, and it gets an empty plate award. And it has wine, but I don't drink. So, sum up, Cooks of Dublin. Comfort gets a 10. Safety gets a 10. Cleanliness, we're giving it a 9.5. Cohesion gets a 10. Taste gets a 10. Allergy Crew gives it a 10. And it has an empty plate award because I finished it. Now I do want to talk a bit more about Cooks of Dublin than I did in the vlog that you just saw, because I really want to talk about allergy menus. Allergy menus you will see in a lot of the Disney portions of all of my vlogs, because I always try my best to film them. Now in any Disney owned restaurant they have allergy menus, which they introduced a few years ago, and I actually spoke to Gary and Brad about allergy menus, why they're useful, why they were introduced, when they were introduced, and just how they work. For you guys and for me, I already knew some of the information, but yeah, so just to give us an outline on what an allergy menu actually is and what its purpose is.
So go back to allergy-friendly menus again. That's the next. When did the company introduce allergy-friendly menus? So about 5 years ago, I think already. And the reason was kind of like I explained earlier. So, you know, some people want to see us and some people don't.
Right.
Well, also, before, we used to have to go and visit every single table.
Yes.
Food allergy, the server would raise up their hands, well, let me go get a shot, and we would go out there. Well, there's only so many of us.
Yeah.
We always want to be able to provide great service, so we took notice, like, well, if not everybody wants to see us, then there's got to be a better way to do this. But then also, as a chef, so in table service, where I spend most of my time, is you could get backed up pretty easily. So at the start of service, you open at 5, and I could have 5 tables with a food allergy simultaneously.
Yeah.
But they all have the expectation of getting their food simultaneously, that's probably not going to happen.
Right.
So I might go to the first table and discover, whatever their food allergies are, and because I'm busy, I might be able to rattle off maybe 3 choices for them or whatever. And then as the night progresses, I get to that last table. Well, now I got a little more time. I can sit there and chat and be even more personable. And then I get 5 or 6 choices. But
Right.
When we started thinking about what we were offering. We were probably offering things that are right off our menus anyways. that we could do without making a whole lot of accommodation. So it's like, why don't we just write this stuff down and take a look at it? So with the allergy-friendly menus, we found out somebody with gluten-wheat intolerance in particular could probably eat more than half of the things on the menu, especially if we were to switch out a roll.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases. But let's just make that accommodation on a menu that's designed for those folks. Or peanuts. I mean, I don't think we have a lot of peanuts on property.
Yeah.
Tree nuts, yes. Peanuts, not particularly. So again, it made it easier to just document that stuff, and people that have that, at least that individual allergy, could kind of look at it and say, okay, I can have now 10 things, and I can self-select them because I know the kitchen is already trained to execute that particular menu item in that particular way.
Yeah.
If there's any deviations from what it says on that menu, then okay, now you're back into talking to a white coat person.
Right.
But it also allows people with multiple allergies like yourself to be able to sort that, because it says for gluten, wheat, milk, peanut, tree nut, shellfish, and soy allergies. So you say, oh, boom, here's half a dozen things I can have.
Yeah.
And or maybe because this salad says it has almonds in it, if I just ask the chef, hey, can you make that salad without almonds? They'll say yes, so now I got 7 things that I can have.
Right.
So it really was, I think, a benefit for everybody along the way. So it kind of sped up the process for us and for the guests. But it was also, I think, in hindsight, a way that all of us in white coats became much more familiar with the products that were in the food. It helped us really create other menu items where we didn't have those allergens in there, but we didn't have to sacrifice flavor. We just had to be a little more creative with maybe what, in the case of nuts, whatever that crunchy element was, or the fat element, or whatever that was. So
Oh, right,
I think
okay.
a lot of benefits that haven't necessarily been noted. So pretty interesting process.
That's really interesting, because I saw like the change from the change over to the allergy menus, and I found it a lot easier, but I also noticed that there were like less white coats coming out, and when they did come out they had more options, I think. So that is, yeah, that's a question I've always had, like, since before this project. Like, when did these occur and why did that happen? So yeah, thank you for that.
Yep, absolutely, because it was, if you could readily have it started service, you could have 5 tables, sometimes more. You're busy, and so you gotta try and make do as best you can. But I think it's made all of us a lot happier that we can provide more choices. And I don't have any food allergies, but I would have no problem going in there and ordering off any allergy-friendly menu on property. Think, well, I've got some great choices here, and they probably wouldn't even consider it, right?
Yeah.
So you think about, your restaurants on the outside is like, y'all could do the same thing.
Yeah.
Another interesting fact is when we first rolled this out, everybody was like super tentative. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to go and create all this extra stuff, and this is gonna be a lot more work. And I'm like, no, just look at what you got on your menu now. Just work with that.
Yeah.
You're gonna change out a roll or put down. You're gonna serve rice pasta instead, whatever that is. So I think it's been a big. I do really believe it's been a big win for everybody, which is awesome to see.
Yeah. Now, Cooks of Dublin is an independent restaurant on Disney property, so it didn't have allergy menus. I went in and I used the big menu that they have on the wall and the menu that you can get in your hand in the little pamphlet, and that meant that I had to ask a lot more questions and be a lot more diligent about what I'm asking. Now, you should always be diligent, serious, know what you're talking about, but sometimes an allergy menu can be a bit more helpful in your decision-making process, because a meal on an allergy menu could say for people with these allergies, and then you're like, done, right, can ask my questions about that. With just the main menu, you're asking, can I have that? Is that a possibility? What should we be doing? You don't know for sure if that's a possibility. Now, when I asked them, the staff were amazing. They were like, yeah, we've got a separate fryer, it's all in the back, like, this is what's happening. You can have anything on this menu, we'll just do it separate, apart from the onion rings, but you can have the gluten-free onion rings. They were on it, and I commend them. The staff at Cooks of Dublin, you are amazing. I will be coming back next time I go to Disney. I don't know when I'm going back to Disney, but I've been told that I have to come back by Gary.
So my challenge for you is, how old are you, Willow?
I am turning 18 on Saturday.
Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Sorry?
So why don't you come and work here? Why don't you come here and work here when you finish school? Because I already mentioned that to you?
So yeah, this is an opportunity for all restaurants. Allergy menus are incredibly helpful. Nando's obviously has its big binder of ingredients, and McDonald's has their allergy book of nutritional information and their online website. There are lots of restaurants that are trying to bring in allergy menus. I know a lot of places have those like little tick boxes, like you can have this if, or this contains this. Allergy menus are incredibly helpful for a patron with allergies, because then they have a base, they have a baseline, a platform they can jump off where they can ask their questions, they can direct it to what they need to know. If you're kind of in the dark about your order and you're just going from the menu, you're having to do a lot more work for it. You're going to have to work harder and ask more and talk more, ask more questions so you can feel comfortable, safe, and you'll have an enjoyable evening. Now, I'm sure everyone that has allergies will not mind doing that because it's their safety, but sometimes it's just nice for it to be a little easier so you have a way of moving forward without the hassle. So that's my little side avenue about allergy menus. I think they're incredibly important, and restaurants should look into how they can make that happen. I believe that is all we have for fast food. I think that's us done on that front. Yeah, that's fast food done. See you in the next one. I feel like I should do like a dramatic like turn. Like, goodbye. No, that didn't work. Just turn straight back round. Oh well. Bye!